Probably the most impressive performance so far from Julio Urias. I know you wanted him to be aggressive today. He didn't really get into any sort of trouble in that first inning, which has given him problems in the past. How are you impressed with the six that he gave you tonight?
Very impressed. And that's even saying that for the first 5 innings, he didn't have feel for the changeup. So that just speaks to his command with the slider or slurve, whatever he has, and the fastball. So played really well tonight. I was happy for him, and thought about extending him to that 7th inning, which he certainly could have done, but just appreciating the fact that he's going to pitch on Sunday on regular rest, which all year he's pitched on an extra day or two. So just kind of not trying to push him too much in this one to get ready for Sunday. But very pleased with Julio tonight.
Offensively, Chris Taylor drives in 4, but you guys also had 8 walks today. What can you say about the quality of at-bats up and down your lineup today against their pitching staff?
That's what it was, Alana. I mean, just Corey taking a walk to lead off an inning, set the tone, in 1 inning, and just the at-bat quality, using the whole field, the situational hitting. We had a couple sac flies in there tonight. Really good, just grinding at-bats. And then when you get that starter out of there, then you get to the pen. So just professional tonight. Really good to see.
If Scott Alexander would have been a little bit more efficient, you guys would have had all left-handers in this game today. What were you noticing about the appearance from Scott and then Kenley being able to shut the door?
I thought our relievers did a nice job. Scotty, first 2 outs, really good. Then he, with the walk, and then left a pitch up to Ahmed. So, then there was another walk in there. So it was, one of those games where you don't want to get Kenley in the game when you have a 5-run lead in the 9th inning, but you still got to lock down that game, and Kenley came in, got a punch, so that was good. Thought Woody, to get him in there tonight was good to get him back, had a clean inning, so that was fun to see as well.
Cody in there tomorrow, Doc?
We got to see. So talking to him today and tonight, he felt better with treatment, but it's one of those things, we're going to let him get loose tomorrow, go through his routine, and see where we're at.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Next question is from Emmanuel Campo Garcia. Go ahead. Go ahead. All right, next question is from Mario Castillo. Go ahead.
Hey, what happened with Cody? What's the injury? When did it happen?
It happened in the cage right before batting practice, and he was swinging and felt it on his left. I think it was his left lat, and so he just felt it on a swing. Maybe his right lat, and so it wasn't oblique. It was more up there in the lat, and just felt it just tighten up, and so didn't want to push it. He ran today, threw today, felt good, and we just kind of wanted to err on the side of caution.
Well, do you know if he'll undergo any tests?
No test. Just kind of the manual test that we run with our trainers, and he passed them.
And how did Alex Wood look to you tonight?
I liked. I thought he commanded the baseball pretty well. Hit a guy, but I thought for his first outing, really good. Really pleased.
Thank you.
Yep.
Next question is from Bill Plunkett. Go ahead, Bill.
Given that you're probably going to spend the next month making a lot of evaluations for the postseason, how reassuring was it to see this kind of a start from Julio?
Very much so. He just hasn't been consistent with his delivery, but he still prevented runs. And tonight he sort of put it all together, and something we knew that was obviously in there. We've seen it many times over, but for him to now, spit out a good one and hopefully gain some traction with his next turn on Sunday. But yeah, we're going to need to pitch some big innings.
What did he do differently that made him so efficient? No more than 15 pitches in any inning.
I think Mark and Connor McGinnis worked really hard this past side in between his start, just dialing in that slider. And so just tonight for me, that was the difference, the feel for the slider, to shorten it, to strike it, and then pitch off that with his fastball. So I think that was the difference in getting ahead with strike one.
Thank you.
Yep.
Next question is from Ron Kavner. Go ahead, Ron.
Hey Dave, kind of along those lines, do you feel like really after the first inning or even early on the first few kind of batters that Julio faces, you pretty much kind of know what kind of day it's going to be like for him just with his efficiency?
No, I don't think so, because I think that you look at some outings that he's had that it hasn't been good in the first, and he's really settled in and given us 5 or 6 innings. So I think with Julio, it's just when he's got the feel for his pitches and the delivery synced up, then he's going to be good. And just getting that mindset from pitch one to be aggressive is something that, messaging we continue to talk to him about.
Thank you.
We got time for one more. Adelante, Manuel.
Thank you. Dave, good night. Do you think the fact that the team did not acquire more starters at the trade deadline helped Julio to gain more confidence in himself?
Emmanuel, what was that again about Julio's confidence?
Yeah, the fact of you don't acquire more starters in this deadline threat for you yesterday.
Yeah, you know what? I think so. But we've said from the beginning that, we see Julio as a starter, and this was his time this season. I hope that he knows that we as a Dodger organization have a lot of confidence in him. And today he really pitched like that, and there was no need for us to look for another starter.
Thank you so much.